Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report, where I'm joined once again by Seth Tierney, the head coach of Hofstra Men's Lacrosse. Morning, Coach. How are you today?
Good morning, Nick. Doing all right. Doing all right. Conference
Good.
week.
Yes, it is. It is conference week. Before we get into talking about Fairfield, let's talk a little bit about last week's game against Providence. An unfortunate 10-9 loss in overtime to the Friars on the road. You've had some time to marinate on the result, look back at some film. What can you say about your guys' performance against Providence?
Yeah, frustrating. Up two, up one with less than a minute to go. Then it just comes down to just making one more play to solidify the win. I mean, you certainly could make plays during the game that wouldn't put you in that situation. But I thought we played hard. I do. I thought that at times, just like any coach, I thought we could have played better, but I thought we did enough to win. And then at the end, a little bit of quicksand and, they scored with a couple seconds to go, put it into overtime. We had a chance to win it in overtime. Their goalie made a save. They come down, they get a man up opportunity and they win it. So quiet ride home. Just caught in that middle, can't make too many changes, but got to make some. And, frustrated because I just want these guys to feel that positive energy of victory. Certainly going into the conference, and that just didn't happen. So, again, after speaking to the guys in the locker room, Sunday off. We've had a good 3 days of practice, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now we'll be back at it tomorrow and Friday before we head up Saturday morning to Fairfield for our first conference game. So again, the guys have been focused. The guys have been great in regards to practicing hard, staying upbeat, understanding the mistakes that we're making. All of those things. There's no sign of cracks or anything like that. These guys are unbelievable. Love those guys down there on how they're handling it. Just a lot of factors. We're playing a lot of defense, still trying to figure out some ways at the face-off X. We ended up going to our third guy, Ben Niesman, who ended up winning some face-offs towards the end of the game, which was a nice, good punch in the arm for us. But listen, we need Brian Herber and we need Chase Patterson to just be better. A couple guys got banged up during the game, so the injuries continue to pile up in a year of injuries, and that part of it is a challenge. But it's a challenge for every coach that's going through some of these injury type scenarios. And it doesn't matter. You got to push forward, next man up, and here we go. We're certainly not thrilled with our record. We know that we're a couple of plays away from our record being a little bit different. And then in the same sentence, our record doesn't mean anything at this point in time because conference game starts. So obviously we're trying to spin it the way we need to spin it to be positive going forward. And but so far, the coaches and the players have responded well in an incredibly frustrating time.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked a little bit last week about finding the positives or finding positive momentum in a game such as Providence, because it was the non-conference finale leading right into a difficult conference schedule. My perspective, I think there were some positives. Ben Niesman, he came on, he was your third face-off guy. He goes 6-9. Gerard Kane, he dishes out 5 assists. Tom Ford, he gets a career high 5 caused turnovers. There were, in my opinion, there were positive signs from the guys in that game. It's just would have liked to have seen that stretched out over the whole, 60 minutes plus overtime. But still, what were your thoughts on that? Seeing if there were any positives?
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. We've got some new guys in new spots and some guys are stepping up, and we need those experiences. We need those memories. We need, the last piece that we need is we need a little bit of good momentum. And, at this point in time, that's what would come in at the end on the scoreboard. But we gotta stop looking at the scoreboard. We just gotta literally win the possession. And that's been the term this week, is just to be where your feet are, stay where your shoes are, and just win the possession and win that moment in front of you. And what's the yard in front of you? And let's break it down that way. And if we can have small successes that way, then the scoreboard will take care of itself. And you'll get the answer or the result that you should get. So with that, we've been working on it this week. Again, I'm hopeful to get some guys back, but we don't know, we don't know how that'll play out until the end of the week.
Yeah. Yeah. And, we saw Sam Lutfi come in for a spell. Danny Oakes was in for a spell. Those guys coming back against Providence, we hope to see them again, hope to see some more guys coming back from injury. As we turn attention now to CAA schedule, everyone's 0-0 going into that dogfight that is the Colonial Athletic Association. You got Fairfield on Saturday. They've got some weapons up there in Connecticut. They got a couple guys that are almost putting up 30 goals on the year. Couple months into the season, what have you and the coaches seen from the film on the Stags, and how do you guys match up against Fairfield?
Yeah, I think they have one game where they didn't score 10 or more goals, so they have the ability to put some points on the board. They get their shots. Face-off guy is scrapping. He does a good job. Frankie Labetti. So that's where they are. They want to score in transition a little bit. They want to play in the unsettled world, and then they're pretty good on the offensive side. And they, the ball finds its way to certain guys. And we've done a good job of identifying that and preparing for it. Now we've got to do it on game day and have that comfort level of seeing it, reacting to it, and making sure the game is slow, but that we're moving fast during that portion of game time, and not freezing up or not making a decision because we're emotionally a little scrambled. So that part of it is there. Defensively, they're capable. Their goalie, they've got two goalies, both of them very capable of what's going on. They've shown a little bit of zone. They're certainly, they can stretch you a little bit, and then they want to get up and out. So we got to make sure that we keep an eye on that going forward. But, they've got some guys that can put the ball away, 29 inside, finds his way open. They got a couple guys that can shoot it. Certainly they look for 12. And then, we're wondering, if they get a player or two back that has been, a mainstay for them that's been out for a little bit. And, we got to prepare for those scenarios at this point in time.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys know exactly how Fairfield's going to attack you and how to defend it. It's just, like you said, putting practice into play and getting that done on Saturday.
That's it. That's what we got to do.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Hofstra take on Fairfield this Saturday, 1 p.m. from Fairfield, Connecticut. Game will be streamed live on MLAX Sports Network and on the Stags, their own streaming service. Follow everything you can on Hofstra Men's Lacrosse at gohofstra.com. For head coach Seth Tierney, I'm Nick Capitos, and thank you for joining us for yet another WB Mason Coaches Report.